Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm Korean and I moved to Australia to train as a registered nurse. For the past 5 years, I've been working in healthcare, all while navigating the instability of a visa situation. I had a somewhat stable income. My parents were proud, but there was a problem. People ask me why I've decided to pivot out of nursing, and I'll get into that in a moment. But first, I want to take you deeper into my story, my personal experience in healthcare, and why I've made this shift. For me, permission to pivot came from hitting a financial milestone. There were three things that helped me make this decision. First of all, adulthood officially begins the moment you stop receiving financial help from your parents. I still remember posting on Instagram when I was just starting to earn. I've recorded my milestone on Instagram for a moment. I had a dream. I had a dream to become financially independent and eventually retire early. This was right after I finished nursing school in Australia. And if you are an international student watching this, you know how expensive studying here can be. At the time, I had just about $500 in my bank account. And I was curious out of all the houses and cars. I kept wondering, when can I have mine? How can I have mine? And how do I make money? So I start looking into share markets. Read, I read Warren Buffett's book. I watched a lot of YouTube video, self-taught how to invest in share markets. The curiosity and deficit, that's all how it started. Then came the turning point. My mom, a healthy woman, had no medical history whatsoever. Now it's gone. Out of blue, my dad called with the news that she has a cancer and she didn't make it to her 60s. I'm still grieving and I can help but wonder, what if my life ends at 58 too? As a nurse, I've witnessed death. I've seen good death and hard ones, and I want to die well. I want to live well now. So your job where you spend 8 hours at least a day, 40 hours a week, that truly matters. Because when your time comes, the life you lived will matter more than anything. Here's the good news. It was November 2024. I'll go back to my Instagram page and I've documented it there. I've officially reached a net worth of $250,000 and I also reached cost FI. Cost FI meaning if I don't invest any cent dollar, my current portfolio will still grow over time to support my future retirement. Originally, I set this goal for 2027. I'm not a number person. I'm not even that great with spreadsheets, but I kept going and I got here earlier than planned. My plan was to keep investing until I reached $1 million net worth as a nurse. But given everything that happened, internally and externally, I started to consider other options. This milestone gave me peace of mind. It gave me permission to ask, what does my soul really want? That's the beauty of financial independence. When you know your future is taken care of, you gain the freedom to make choices today, ones that prioritize your well-being, even when your dreams and priorities change. So if you're feeling trapped in your job, I encourage you to calculate your cost by number. It might be lower than you think. When you hit that milestone, new doors open. You can switch careers, go part-time, try something different, and take calculated risk that you couldn't before. That's exactly what I'm doing now. So I built enough financial security to give myself options, even though this path wasn't part of my original plan. So if you are stuck in a job that doesn't light you up, if you're scared of change but feel something tugging at your soul, start with curiosity. Look at your numbers and give yourself permission to build a life that truly fits. You've got this.